Good morning, honorable members. Let me greet our honorable Premier, members of the Executive Council, the Chief Whip, Deputy Chief Whip, presiding officers, leaders of political parties, all members of the provincial legislature, administration led by the acting DG from the Office of the Premier, the team from the Gauteng legislature, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, and the people of Gauteng. I welcome you this morning in the sitting that is scheduled for the Premier to reply to the SONA debate. Let me indicate that I have received few apologies. Honorable Nell, who's attending to party business, Honorable Randall, Honorable Mtseche, Honorable Bosch, and Honorable Robinson, all of them had to attend an urgent party business. Honorable Mpisi, who is still not well. Honorable Makhene, I take it that she is still not well, although I did not receive an indication this morning. These are the only apologies that I have. In terms of complaints, announcements, yesterday there was a complaint about the allegations made against the DS of the utterances that she is alleged to have made in the House. And I asked the DS, who indicated that she never said those words, and I promised that I will investigate and report today. I will therefore defer this report for the next sitting due to the fact that our investigations are not concluded as yet. So we'll come back and report in the House. I will also indicate that the Office of the Integrity Commissioner has distributed the declaration of interest forms to all members, and the deadline for submission is the 21st of March, and all members are encouraged to seek one-on-one support from the Office of the IC in relation to the completion of the forms. And I am sure, members, you will bear with me, because all the sittings I will actually remind you so that there's no excuse that you were not aware. Let me also announce the rules. Rule 80, subsection 2, read with section 117 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, provides that members must be allowed to speak and debate freely in the House and its committees as and when recognized by the presiding officer. Honorable Macheke, you hear that? When recognized by the presiding officer in line with the orders of the day and the speaking list. The Constitution further gives members freedom of speech in the legislature subject to its rules and orders. Subject to rules and orders, not anyhow. Ne? And both principles, the freedom of speech as well as the standing rules, are fundamental in ensuring orderly debate and effective conduct of parliamentary business. The standing rules relating to order and debate are aimed at not limiting freedom of speech, but at guiding debate in the context of freedom of speech so as to allow reasonable and open consideration of controversial issues. The rules also seek to promote the responsible exercise of the privilege of freedom of speech, and furthermore, procedures imposed by the rules are designed to allow this to be done in an orderly fashion, not what we saw yesterday. Rule 77, sub 8 provides that the presiding officer must use his or her discretion to call on members to speak during open debate. Rule 83, subsection 2, all members called to speak. A member who wishes to speak in a debate but is not on the speaking list must indicate his or her wish to the presiding officer by rising in his or her seat or by show of hand. This rule is only applicable if if the party to whom the member belongs to has free time available. If there's no free time, the member will not be able to rise under this rule. Rule 88 on interruptions provides that members may interrupt a member who is speaking in a debate only to raise a point of order, or raise a matter of privilege, or call attention to the presence of an unauthorized person. I further wish to also read Rule 53, especially for members of the public who are sitting in the gallery there. It talks about the conduct of members of the public. When in the precincts of the legislature, members of the public must conduct them in an orderly manner. Members of the public attending a plenary meeting of the legislature or a committee meeting may not disrupt proceeding and must observe the directive of the member presiding over the House or chairing the committee meeting. The member presiding over the House or chairing a committee meeting may order a member of the public to leave from a meeting and leave the precincts of the legislature when he or she disrupts proceeding or is involved in any misconduct. And the sergeant at arms may remove members of the public from the precincts of the legislature if they do not leave a meeting or precincts of the legislature on the instruction of the member presiding over the House or chairing a committee meeting, or have entered any part of the precincts which has been set aside for members only, like the members' lunch. You can't bring a member of the public, or interrupt proceedings or involve in misconduct, or a threat to the security of the legislature. Remember also, as members of the public, you are not even allowed to actually participate because this is a session for members only, and participation might mean clapping of hands, singing, and doing all those things that are not in line with our rules. So I'm sure this will actually help us to be able to conduct ourselves in an orderly manner when we are in the House. Let me also, in terms of Rule 79, subsection 1, MEC statements, I have not received any. The motion without notice in terms of Rule 120, Member Makakula.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I, Member T. Makakula, ANC Deputy Chief Whip, hereby tables the following motion in terms of Rule 121 and Rule 122, read together with Rule 117 as follows. Noting there is a vacancy for an alternative member of the pension fund as a result of Honorable Kumalo left the position of an alternative trustee to the Political Office Bearers Pension Fund in terms of the Pension Fund Act. Therefore, request that the House resolves to elect Honorable Lesufi as an alternative trustee to the Political Office Bearers Pension Fund in terms of the Pension Fund Act. I so move, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Any seconder to the motion? Honorable Malema.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I rise to second the motion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All those in favor say yes. Yes. All those not in favor say no. The yes have it. That's a lonely voice, don't worry. The yes have it. The motion is adopted by the House. In terms of the second motion, Honorable Makubela.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I, Member L.E. Makubela, ANC Chief Whip and Chief Whip of the Majority Party here in the House, hereby tables the following motion in terms of Rule 121 and Rule 122, read together with Rule 117G as follows. That the Provincial Adjustment Appropriation Bill G004/2022 was scheduled for consideration on the 28th of February 2023. And two, that further noting that some committees are still considering the separate votes of the bill, I therefore request that the Provincial Adjustment Bill G004/2022 be deferred to the House sitting scheduled for the 9th of March 2023. Madam Speaker, I so move.
Any seconder to the motion?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to second.
Honorable Makakula seconding. All those in favor say yes. All not in favor say no. The yes have it, the motion is adopted by the House. In terms of Rule 81 subsection 1, member statement by Honorable Dikhamela.
Go ya ka molao wa 81 subsection 1, nna Dr. Rebecca Dikhamela of the African National Congress tables the following member statement on the dual use of condoms and PrEP as a protection against HIV infection. Madam Speaker, in 2021, di palo-palo di bontshitse gore 7.5 million South Africans were living with HIV, and there were 210,000 new infections and 51,000 AIDS-related deaths, while there were 5.5 million people on antiretroviral treatment. In the first quarter of 2021, there were more than 36,000 babies delivered to girls aged 10 to 19, indicating an alarming rate of pregnancy among school learners in the country. The World Health Organization indicates that individuals who have sex without condoms are at a greater risk of contracting HIV. World Health Organization further indicates that PrEP provides the highest level of protection against HIV infection. This shows that the dual use of condoms and PrEP could play a significant role in the reduction of HIV infections. Madam Speaker, access to quality health care remains one of the key priorities of the African National Congress GGT 2030 roadmap. In its efforts to cap the spread of HIV and STIs, the African National Congress-led government in Gauteng Province has, through the Department of Health and Wellness, ensured access to condoms and pre-exposure prophylaxis in various places, including health facilities, campus health centers, sex clubs, etc. We commend the department for ensuring that access to PrEP in 359 clinics and community health care centers in the province are available. While we encourage young people to abstain from sex, research has proven that a high number of teenagers are engaging in unprotected sex. The ANC echoes the call of the Department of Health and Wellness for the youth to utilize the 212 youth zones established across the province that cater for the needs of the youth regarding sexual activities. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. That was the only member statement. In terms of Rule 121, is there a member who wants to give notice of a motion? There is none. Thank you very much. Can I ask the Secretary to read the first order?
Thank you, Speaker. The first order of the day is Premier's reply to the debate on the State of the Province address.
Let me call upon Honorable Premier P.A. Lesufi to respond to the debate.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Me Ntombi Mehwe, Deputy Speaker in absentia, Me Vuyo Mhlagaza Manamela, the Chief Whip of the governing party, Ntate Lesufi Makubela, members of the Executive Council and lead of government business, members of the provincial legislature, Honorable Solim Simang, and other leaders of political parties.
You are calling is currently unknown participant is now joining.
Ladies and gentlemen, the people
Unknown
of Gauteng.
participant is now exiting.
Sadly, we went to bed yesterday with sad news that we lost a patient in one of our hospitals due to cholera, a bacteria-based disease that should not, during this era and time, take a life of a human being. We extend our sincerest condolences to the family. The body of the man is expected to be transported to KwaZulu-Natal for burial, where health officials will advise the family and undertakers of the safe burial precautions to prevent the spread of the disease. Madam Speaker, I said it and I want to restate it. If I had a choice, I'll not deliver a State of the Province address. Our people have lost confidence in what we say. They think we talk too much and do less. Yesterday in this House, the performance of the opposition from the opposition benches have confirmed this statement. They talked too much without offering solid alternatives to the plans that we presented. Let me assure you, we will talk less and do more as part of the leadership of this administration. It is better to die for an idea that will live than to live for an idea that will die. That's the advice our leader, Steve Bantu Biko, gave us. So we are unapologetic. We are on the side of the weak, the poor, and the vulnerable. We are unapologetic. We'll change the living conditions of our people in the townships, informal settlements, and hostels. We came here, we presented to this House where we want to take Gauteng in the next 12 months. Instead of matching our plans intellectually, we were met with Hugh Masekela songs and gimmicks. We presented solid plans of taking Gauteng out of load shedding. Instead of presenting counter-proposals, we are expected to teach people standing rules of this House. These are people who claim to be government in waiting, and there was no superior logic, but too much talk. We presented our plans to fight crime. We are confronted with requirements about water plans when they are not aware that we've got those plans. We presented solid plans on economic recovery and reconstruction. It turns out to be a heavy topic, as none of the speakers yesterday even touched on this topic. What is clear from the opposition benches is that they think 2024 is automatic. As such, they don't have to work hard. What is clear is that opposition parties are preoccupied with 2024, but they have nothing to offer. Opposition parties are obsessed with 2024. They are now using it as a ho-ho to scare us. Will not surrender this hard-fought liberty to formations that are directionless and aimless, and only rely on the perceived view that they will win 2024. It will not be easy to take this thing if you don't pull up your socks, opposition parties. It will not be easy to take this thing if you don't provide real, tangible alternative solutions to South Africans' problems. Cheap talk is cheap. Rhetoric is cheap. The talk of corruption in Western Cape will no longer buy you votes. To lead Gauteng, you must convince us here first. We must feel you, and unfortunately, we can't feel you. To lead Gauteng, you must be determined and committed. Unfortunately, we see laziness. To date, you can't even meet an inch of our work, as you don't attend even protest meetings of our communities. You can't even match our debates here. Yesterday, we were ready to debate with you, but shame, we met with lame duck and usually poorly prepared debates. I want to take this opportunity to thank Member Makubela, Member Masuku, Member Mutara, Member Ngomoralo Hoko, Member Maile, and Bishop Adams for providing valid reasons to rebut tiring arguments that came from the opposite sides. We also want to thank those who followed the debate and the discussions yesterday. This is how you build a better Gauteng. Madam Speaker, I was indeed disturbed and worried that those that debated yesterday were cowards. They can't even come to the House so that we can reply to their issues. Member Nell, Member Bosch, Member Nseche, Member Alberts, Member Bloom, they ran away. They are not in this House, but they made a lot of noise yesterday. We note this, and we really believe it's unfair for people to put issues, and when we need to rebut them, they decide to run away. If I relied on you, members from the opposition benches, for assessing our State of the Province address, I will be discouraged. You can't dispute that our State of the Province address received an overwhelming support from our communities. It solicited debates and discussions across sectors of our society, even from people who don't follow politics. We are even mandated by international agencies and formations who now want to partner with us as we move forward to end the energy crisis and crime in our province. But because lately, ordinary South Africans can express their views on various platforms, we feel humbled on how ordinary South Africans have accepted our input. They feel if we can implement our commitments, Gauteng can be saved from the vultures that think they can win 2024 elections and turn our precious province to be like metro municipalities that they've destroyed. Where's Tshwane today? Destroyed. Where is Johannesburg today? Destroyed. Where's Ekurhuleni today? Where's Ekurhuleni today? The speaker is gone. In our State of the Nation speech, we indicated that in supporting Emfuleni municipality, will assist them to fill the vacancies. That was the vacancy of the municipal manager and the vacancy of the CFO. It was brought to my attention that even though the municipality is having a labor dispute with the CFO, the position is not vacant. We sincerely apologize for that confusion. Fellow South Africans, our commitment to restructure and strengthen our economy, our commitments to fight crime, corruption, lawlessness, and vandalism, our commitment to strengthen the state, our commitment to improve the living conditions of our people in the townships and informal settlements were workshopped, budgeted for, well calculated, so that we can be ready to turn Gauteng to be a better and a safer province. We want to reiterate, we will fight crime and do so mercilessly. We'll use technology, resources, and resource our police and ensure that criminals don't take us for a ride. This time, we are determined to fight crime. This time, we are committed to confront criminals. This time, we'll use all means possible to push back crime in our province. Madam Speaker, if we can't change the look and feel of our townships, then we have betrayed our struggle for freedom. If we can't take care of those who reside in our informal settlements, then we don't deserve to be called a government. To stay in a hostel doesn't mean you are a half-human being where your rights don't exist. Hostels, townships, informal settlements will be taken care by this administration, whether certain political parties like it or not. Our township will be cleaned even better. Our informal settlement must have basic infrastructure. Our hostels must enjoy free Wi-Fi and data and be taken care of. We will create jobs for them. We will create facilities for them. We will connect them to the bulk services like water, electricity, sanitation, and all basic facilities that they so dearly need. All our areas, from our townships, informal settlements, and hostels, will be taken care by this administration. We will create jobs through township economic development. We'll support township businesses by spending 60% of our budget in the townships. We will commercialize backroom businesses, Abu Mastand. We'll continue to attract more shopping malls in our townships. We'll strengthen the industrial areas in our townships. We'll make the Township Economic Development Act a living document. We are ready to protect the poor. We are ready to shield the homeless in our towns. We are ready to take care of the elderly. We are ready to support child-headed families. We are ready to provide support and medication to those that need care to cancer, HIV/AIDS, TB, cholera, or outstanding surgeries. The fight against drugs is real. We'll not lose this battle. The fight against drug lords is our calling. We are here to protect, rehabilitate, and care for our children and youth who were about to be wiped off by drugs. We will skill them, empower them, and give them a second chance in life. We are ready to create more jobs for our youth. We are ready to pay for university fees for our youth. We are ready to provide sporting opportunities for our youth. We are ready to expand free data and internet connectivity for our youth. We are ready to provide free and compulsory education to our learners. We are ready to build more schools in our province so that our children can continue to learn. We'll protect our women. We'll care for their growth and development. We'll continue to open more opportunities for women. We'll continue to support women-led businesses in our province. We'll tackle those who think they can still abuse and kill our women and our children. The number of rape cases in our province are completely unacceptable. We can't allow this situation to continue unabated. We'll put extra resources and work with our Tutuzela centers to ensure that rapist evidence can be gathered and they can go to jail for long periods. We are also happy to continue with our Green Door project and give support to victims of abuse and children that need help when those that should protect them are turning to be animals. We have and will continue to ensure that women are well represented in our administration and in our society. If there is something that we all agree here in this House, is that load shedding is a nuisance that must come to an end. The pain and the misery caused by load shedding can't be justified. The tax rebate announced by the Minister of Finance are welcomed, but they are not enough. We welcome the debt removal from the books of Eskom, a best birthday gift to Eskom as it celebrates 100 years of existence. Eskom must not fail, and Eskom must be protected. We welcome the new appointment of the acting CEO of Eskom. We urge the new CEO to move with speed to end load shedding. We are ready as the province to release 800 megawatts to our energy grid so as to tackle load shedding. Tomorrow, we are making a call for proposal from the energy sector so that we can fund their solutions, their viable solutions, with our allocated 1.2 billion rands that we've made available for this. We want to thank all sectors that came to our inaugural Energy Expo. From your ideas, we are now ready to light up Gauteng. Fellow people of Gauteng, will not allow those who want to take advantage of your dissatisfaction to abuse you. Will not allow those without plans and ideas to dupe you, to think that they are better. We are not going to allow those obsessed with 2024 to destroy the economic hub of our country. We are not going to allow failed coalitions to fail our province in 2024. We are ready to make Gauteng prosper, safer, and better. Our goal is to realize a free, non-racial, non-sexist, democratic South Africa. The full realization of this means a better life for all. As I conclude, I said, and I want to restate, our people are not difficult. They are just asking all of us gathered here to do one thing, and one thing only, to do our work. To do our work within budget, to do our work within the timelines, to do our work without misusing public funds. We commit to exactly do that, to get Gauteng back to work. Let me conclude by saying this. This is a super weekend. I want to take this opportunity to wish the Yellow Nation, Kabuyelo, champions-elect, Mamelodi Sundowns, best wishes as they tackle Al Ahly in Egypt tomorrow. On behalf of the people of Gauteng, we wish this Gauteng team to please bring these crucial 3 points back home. To Cassius, load shedding Mailula, Ilula Lentole, just continue a habit of scoring goals. If there is something that will surely divide this house, if there is something that will surely divide this house and our province, is the derby tomorrow. We also want to thank Kaizer Chiefs, Amakhosi Amahle, and the happy people, Amapaganea, Orlando Pirates, for keeping their derby in our province. This derby is bringing huge opportunities, not only to our small businesses, but to hotels, restaurants, and the transport industry. To the 2 teams, Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, Zindala Zombeli, let the best Amakhosi win. Sorry, let the best team win. Let the best team win. To those that participated in this debate, to those that have given us solid advice, to those that have committed to work together with us, from this side of our benches, we want to say thank you. We can do everything if we work together. We can do everything if we cooperate. We can do everything to make Gauteng a better and a safer province. From our side, we will not commit an error. We'll continue to work hard for this province. I thank you all. Thank you so much.
Honorable Member, the maize is still here. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Speaker, asizwanga besilele, bekethini.
So,
We're
honorable
sleeping,
members,
anything. Kutlile
honorable
private,
members, whoa.
Aring. We were sleeping there. We only wake up now.
Honorable Premier, I can see members are so excited with your response. I see the excitement. I am not going to allow any hands because in terms of the rules, when there is a response, you don't debate after the response. Unfortunately, Honorable Masoleng, I won't allow you. Let me make an announcement that we will be having the second day of induction, but because today we're covering the rules, I'm sure even other members can actually join in because we are not in the same understanding. Thank you very much. That concludes the business for the day. Our next sitting will be on Tuesday, the 28th of February, 2023 at 10 hours sharp. The House is now adjourned. The induction starts at 11:15. 11:15 was starting. Now we'll tell the whips. We'll tell the whips of parties.